ocean separating you and me. Such a simple goodbye, no tears were shed. But watching you walk away is playing over in my head. I know that tomorrow will bring your sunshine smile. So I'll keep waiting here with your rainbow in my sky. Just call, I'll be right here waiting. Whisper, I'll hear you. My heart stays here beating with arms open, expecting the moment you return. I'm counting every day because for you my body yearns. Yeah, yeah. Every silhouette that passes by has got me reaching for you with a passion that is undenied. I'm yearning just to hold you, though you're not here. Standing in the rain, only to cover my tears. Why do I have to face this moonlight without you here in my arms by my side? Just call, I'll be right here waiting. Whisper, I'll hear you. My heart stays here beating with arms open, expecting the moment you return. I'm counting every day because for you my body yearns. Using clouds as stepping stones to get to you, and I'm floating high with birds below the whole night through. Letters and postcards don't matter at all. I need to see you, to hear you, to touch you. Just call, I'll be right here waiting. Just call, whisper, I'll hear you. My heart stays here beating with arms open, expecting the moment you return. I'm counting every day because for you my body yearns. Just call, I'll be right here waiting. Whisper, I'll hear you. My heart stays here beating. Just call, I'll be right here waiting. Whisper, I'll hear you. My heart stays here beating. Here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun, and I say it's alright. Little darling.
And good afternoon. Is Giada Valenti here in Las Vegas, 2 p.m. for me, 5 p.m. for you if you're watching on the East Coast. I don't have to tell you that. 4 p.m. if you're watching Central Time in New York. And I know I have some special people every day watching from England, which is 22 for you in England and in Ireland too. Special people over there. Ore 23 per tutti quelli che ci guardano dall'Italia, della France, della Spagna. And of course we always have to say good morning, buongiorno, to all the people that are watching from Australia, because there it's early in the morning. So today it's a beautiful day. Why? Because we are here all together. Actually the sun is shining here in Las Vegas, and I hope it's gonna be good weather wherever you are. Well, if it's night, I hope you have a good view of the moon and the stars. Normally this is the time of the year where normally doesn't supposed to rain much. How is the weather for you guys over there in England and in Ireland? Because I lived in London for a year, and I must say even in the summer it was kind of cloudy. So I'm not missing that, but I miss of course all my friends over there. So where are you guys watching from? Today it's Friday. And you see on the back, today I brought you to the man. Today we flew to Italy. That's Italy. You remember the beautiful shape of Italy. So we flew to Italy. That actually is the region of Trentino-Alto Adige, with the Dolomites, the mountains. And you will hear in a second why I brought you there. I decided that you should go there because it's something to do with the food that I will be cooking tomorrow. So today I'm also able to read your comments. So if you have any questions of anything, I will be able to read on my big screen television that I have in front of me. I see Salme there. I see Nathalie. Bonjour Nathalie. Bonsoir Nathalie de la France. Nathalie is with us because in France actually it's kind of a vacation this week. So she is at home, so she can stay up a little bit later. I see Susan and Michael Bonuomo. Guys, hello. Roger Scallion. Roger Scallion, I start with you. I spoke with Roger Scallion this morning on the phone because I thought I needed to pick up my phone and thank him. First of all, because he's been with me almost every day ever since Diane Fiorentino, which I'm going to talk about her in a second, told him about my show, and he's been with me every single day. And this morning I went to pick up my mail and there was a very generous donation from Roger Scallion. So there was a phone number on the business card of Roger and Rogers, and I called him. So I had a nice conversation with Roger. Roger, it's a pleasure to meet you only via the phone. Rogers, I understood, was born in England, in London, and when there was the Summer of Love, you remember, I think it was in the 60s, right? When he was a young kid, he went to San Francisco during the Summer of Love, and he said, I knew I would never leave San Francisco, and he stayed. We are happy. So he stayed in the United States, and now he lives in Las Vegas, just like me. We never met, Roger and I, for the moment, but we will for sure meet as soon as this COVID-19 is over soon, because that's what I love to say every time. So Roger, thank you again for that. Who is there? Frank LaPlaca is there, who also has a nice generous donations a few weeks ago. Diane Fiorentino, oh, you're on your way home. Good. Diane Fiorentino was at UCLA this morning doing, hopefully, which is going to be the last surgery on her eyes. And Diane Fiorentino, she's been my teacher for all the sign language. Remember, we learn a lot of sign language together. This is the sign for I love you, but I also always say I love you all. This is the sign for friends, and that's what we were in the beginning. But if you've been with me a couple of times now, we are a family. Talking of family, I don't know if he's watching today, but Giada Valenti, which is not related to me. Do you remember the father of the beautiful Giada that we saw a couple of days ago, that they made the beautiful fennel parmigiana that I told you how to make last Saturday? He sent me the pictures of the little chef Giada. This morning he also joined the Patreon family. So thank you, Jimmy, for joining me there. And if you want to join too, you became part of what I call the Team Awesome family. So you have to go to patreon.com/Giada Valenti. I talk about it, so I don't have to repeat myself. But if you want, you just Google Patreon Giada, and Jimmy joined me this morning. So it's part of the Team Awesome family. We should have like t-shirt that says Team Awesome, right? We deserve that. Actually, I have one for me, JJ, and Natalie, because we were the three founders of the Team Awesome. And every time, actually, funny enough, we were wearing, the three of us, the t-shirt in Los Angeles going somewhere. At a certain point, everybody knew us. Said, hey, the Team Awesome is here, which everybody was like, what is it that we want to join? And many people joined because they wanted to be a member of the Team Awesome, which basically it's people that support my music. Carlo Arpino is there, watching from Chicago. I understood, actually, Carlo, reading your comments, that we actually met, or you saw me perform La Vie en Rose in Chicago, when I came to Chicago, I think 4 years ago, something like that, because it was even before my PBS special. If I remember well, you saw me when I was guest of Pasquale Esposito, could be, because you said I sang La Vie en Rose, must have been that night. So Carlo, nice to see you appearing here again. And Diane Fiorentino, I hope you're doing well. I hope your eye surgery is doing well. I don't know the sign for that one, but I hope you're doing great, and I hope this was the last of many eye surgery and you're going to be done. Marilyn Fuentes is here. Hello, she said, hello, Giada, and hello, everyone. And you know what I like, guys? That you are communicating with each other on my page. I like that. Doug, are you there? You said that I'm here for a few minutes. So Doug is going to be with us for a few minutes, because Doug told me, Doug is my chief editor, the guy that sent me every morning all these informations about the birthday birthdays and the event days. And he's been with me every day, 65 days, Doug, right? Because you were with me when I started. And today he said, I am not going to be live because I have a doctor appointment. So a very important commitment, but then I see he's there. So have fun at your doctor appointment, and I'm sure everything is going to be great. So have fun, Doug, over there. Who else is there? Ludovico Mandiello, of course, da Napoli. Ciao, come va la vita a Napoli? I see also some people new there. Hanif Dost. Hanif, where are you watching us from? I can read the names today, so it's keep writing and think. I know, guys, you enjoyed very much. This was Dutch week, so we started Monday, where I share all the info, all the secrets of what I was doing when I was living in Amsterdam. And I had old Dutch guests this week. We met on Tuesday, this amazing magician. This was the sign for magician, Hans Klok, who is Dutch, is a superstar in Holland and in Germany. But he decided to come to Vegas and start his career here, and he's doing pretty well. Well, now everything is closed, but I know you guys loved it. We shared some amazing video, and if you want to watch the video because you may have missed it, you can always go on giada.live and you can watch all the things you may have missed because we have live. So then on Wednesday, of course, I had a superstar from the Netherlands, Gordon. Is like me, is a singer, and Gordon was also amazing. I know you guys loved it. It was nice also for me to discover the man behind the superstar. And yesterday we had Dan Jensen, who is a motivational speaker, who had this beautiful book about resetting your mind and thinking about positive. And you guys really love that because that's what we need. That's what actually I try to do for you every day. And that's what you do for me every day. Being there and sending your beautiful comments makes me think positive. So, something funny. I called my parents this morning around 7, and my mother was like 7 in the morning Las Vegas time, which is early in the afternoon. Normally I call her around 11 and she was all scared. And then when she saw that I was dressed up already, like you see me at 7 in the morning, she was like, what's going on? Actually, I started my day actually at 6 because I was asked to be part of a conference call and sing a song with a conference that was happening with some doctors in Italy and the hospital of Pavia and some engineer and people that are working on some project here in the United States. And me, I was the connection between the two of them. So I woke up early at 6 o'clock. I dressed up like you see me. And there I was. So when I called my mom at 7, she was just like, flipping out what was going on. She thought maybe that I went to bed like that. I said, no, ma, I'm working. So today I start my day at 6, and of course I didn't stop since that moment. I kept working. Actually, I went to pick up my food grocery for tomorrow, because tomorrow I'm gonna bring you in the kitchen and we're going to be cooking something very delicious that has to do with the pictures that is on the back. JJ is looking for the pictures. It's actually, we're going to make a very delicious pasta with speck and rucola. Yeah, with speck and rucola. And when I went the other day to the normal supermarket and I asked if they have speck, I saw some eyes rolling, like, what is she asking for? I understood, because I thought everybody knew what speck was, but apparently, because I mean, I was born and raised in Venice, Italy, so for us in Italy, speck, you find it at the normal deli, in the normal supermarket. It's not something that you know that is fancy, but yeah, apparently it's fancy, so I had to move and buy the ingredients at an Italian deli who had imported meat. Is a kind of a meat. I will talk about it in a second. That's why we have actually Trentino-Alto Adige on the back. But before we do that, Veronique, welcome, and Caroline, where are you watching from? Buona serata, cara. Caroline Sipi, sounds like French. Where are you watching from? So, ragazzi, da dove ci state guardando? I see also some people that are new there. Flavia è sicuramente italiana. And I see John Line De Lorenzo. Giada, I am Italian. Allora, mi puoi parlare anche in Italia? Sono born in Australia, used to live in Las Vegas, and now living in Colorado. You might like to hear my solo piano music. Okay. We will be listening to your solo piano music. I love musicians. This is the sign language for musician. So thank you for joining us today. And Flavia, da dove ci guardi? So, oh, you're from the Bronx, New York. Bronx in the house. Talking of which, Tuesday, my guests are going to be the Bronx Wanderers. Are you ready, guys, for? Well, Bronx Wanderers, he said something about it. So, you know, what JJ? JJ is making also signed. Dalla Francia. Oh, Caroline ci guarda dalla Francia, de la France. Bonsoir, bonsoir mes amis. Voilà, je parle un petit peu français, je chante en français. Flavia, ok, ben arrivata. So, I think I talk enough. We have to go and move forward with the thing because today is a special day. What else? Oh, by the way, somebody reminded me yesterday that I didn't mention my hair. Do you remember? 3 weeks ago, I colored my hair and they became red. And then I was desperate. One day I was shopping for colors to repair my hair, and a woman approached me, you know, COVID-19, social distancing, so she was watching from far away, but I noticed that she was looking at me, a very good looking woman, and she looks at me while I had like at least 5 boxes of colors and I was trying to read, because in my head I was like, okay, I have to take away the red and then put the brown on top and then highlights my hair. I thought I was suddenly working like an hairdresser, and from a distance she said, can I ask you something? What are you trying to do? And I look at her and I said, well, I'm trying to repair this because my hair were blonde and they were red on the top here. This part was all red. She said, I can see that, but what are you planning to? I said, well, I have no idea how, but I'm planning to bring the brown back and then to highlight it again, so I'm gonna have the same things I had before I ruined everything. I said, why, do you have knowledge about these things? She said, well, I'm a hair colorist and that's what I do, repairing colors. So I started to talk to her. Of course, I asked her for a business card and I gave her my information, and before I knew, she was an angel. She texted me, she said, listen, it's COVID-19, I can work, but I can help you to take out the red, and then when it's safe, I can do the rest. So she helped me, remember a couple of weeks ago, to take away the red with some tricks that she had that I could do at home by myself. And then 2 days ago, I went finally to the salon here in Las Vegas. She has a salon, her name is Melina, by the way, and she did an amazing job. She repaired my blonde hair and I have my blonde hair back. And yesterday somebody said, hey, your hair looks great, because I said I was going to Melina and then I never mentioned. So thank you, Melina, for doing this. And she has done everything as a friend. So I have a new friend. I call her an angel because she's really is an angel and she's amazing. She has posted also on her page on Instagram the pictures of it before and after, and it's unbelievable. You know, like a chef prepare recipe, colorists, they put these colors and they are pink and they are green. That's the problem with the hair coloring. That purple means you're gonna get blonde hair, but how do we know? For us it's purple, and red, now I know, doesn't get brown, get red hair. So, and they know exactly that something that she was putting on my hair was like yellow, like an egg. It said, I don't want to have those yellow, don't you worry. So it's very interesting. It's a chemical, it's like a chimica, which is something very interesting, but I'm not very good. I see Perry appearing there, more people from Las Vegas, Ronnie Manicotti. Ronnie, I got several things from you that you're gonna be seeing tomorrow while I'm cooking. You know, Ronnie watch from Cincinnati. And every time he sends me presents that I can use during my cooking things. And he sent me 2 packages this week, actually. And are in my kitchen, you will see tomorrow, something that I can use for my cooking classes. Michelle Johnson is there. Hey, lovely. Michelle Johnson was one of my guests 2 weeks ago, Michelle, right? Tuesday. And we beat the record of reach that day. We had more than 113,000 people watching me and Michelle. If you have missed that episode and you want to watch again, Michelle of all the other guests, you can always go on giada.live and you can see us. Michelle appeared like Tuesday, not this week, the week before. So not the Dutch week, but the week other. So thank you, Michelle, for stopping by every time. And before we move, Ronald, you're watching from where? From Texas. And you are in Periscope, I see. So we have people, you know, these things that I do live, you can watch it on Facebook, YouTube, Periscope, Twitch, and Twitter, and later also on LinkedIn. And then I have here, down here, when you see that I look down there, it's because I'm looking at my phone. And those are the friends of Instagram. I don't know why Instagram is not being united to the rest of the social media pages, but I know they are working on, and I hope they do, because the poor friends of Instagram always have different view of the whole things. And by the way, many of you yesterday did it. Subscribe please to my YouTube channel. I want to thank all the one of you that did it yesterday. So you go on youtube.com/Giada Valenti and subscribe to my YouTube channel and like my page. Many of you always say, I don't know, I may be on the wrong Facebook page. I have 3 profiles. 2 are personal profile and 1 is my official one. You have to like the official one because that's the place where I normally post most of my things. And so not the one that we are friends, but the one with the like. If you have not liked the Giada Valenti page, you have to do it. So you go there, it's a profile. It's the only profile where I'm looking down with my head. That's the good one with the pink banner. That's my fan page. Actually, maybe Natalie is watching. We should have a picture where it said original fan official page of Giada Valenti, so people know that is the official one, and the other one are the one that I use for personal things. Vera Marie Colelli is that. Karen Yanni, Pittsburgh in the house. I'm sure I'm forgetting somebody. Today, May 22. May 22, it's a good day in history. You know, we start every day with what's happening in history today, thanks to Doug Hartline, my chief editor, who is like a living Wikipedia. Today, in 1819, the first steam-propelled vessel crosses the Atlantic, and that was a prelude, is saying that to us, of the cruise ship. The cruise ship that I think 100 years later they came up. So, but in 1891 was the first propelled vessel that was able to cross the Atlantic. And today, in 1906, the Wright brothers are granted a patent for their flying machine, the first airplane to ever fly. Look at that. Look at that airplane. Can you believe that it took so long from Leonardo, who had the dream of flying, to invent the first airplane? But then only 60 years later, we went to the moon. It's unbelievable, right? Because this was 1906, and in the 60s, we went to the moon. So 1933, the first modern sighting of the Loch Ness Monster appeared. There he is. And he was spotted by Aldi and John McKay that saw something resembling a well in the lake. Well, I want to go there one day and see it myself. And in 1961, the first revolving restaurant in the world was created on the top of the Needles in Seattle, which was built from the World Fair in 1962, just like the Torre Eiffel. You remember? That was built for the World Fair in 1889. We talked the other day. Look how beautiful it is. It is a wonderful place, Doug is saying. I haven't been myself. I've been to Seattle, but I haven't been there. And Doug said it is beautiful, and they have a very delicious dessert called the Lunar Orbiter, which is an ice cream sundae with choice of fruits on topping, served on a dish of dry ice, so it blows smoke all around into the air. Look at that. It's something I really would love to have. Yummy. Thank you, Doug. And today, in 1965, while Mary Poppins' Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious was reaching number 66 on the charts, the Beatles with I Have a Ticket to Ride, the single went number 1, which was the beginning of the British invasion. We talked about it last week with my guest Tony Orlando. Do you remember? It was impressive that Tony Orlando, of course, was friend with the Beatles, and he saw the Beatles coming even before the Beatles were coming. If you have missed that episode, it was very, very interesting. You have to look up on Giada.life. It was Tony Orlando. It's music history. It was an amazing episode, that one too. And today, in 1859, British author Arthur Conan Doyle was born in Edinburgh, United Kingdom. He created a character, I'm sure you all have heard of it, as Sherlock Holmes. But Doug said, did you know that he was also a physician and also a prolific writer? No, I did not know. And Doug also noted, and which I really love this one, he said, beside the fame, though, I think he will be remembered for the rest of the history as a loving husband. Apparently, before he died, the last thing he said to his wife was, "You are wonderful." Well, this Arthur Conan Doyle was an angel, so happy birthday in heaven for you, Mr. Arthur. And today, in 1907, Laurence Olivier Olivier, sorry, it's Frances. All is Olivier. Laurence Olivier was born in Dorking-sur-Ray. Thank you, JJ. He was.
Probably still Oliver, because he's British.
Oh, JJ said the probably is Laurence Olivier. So is Oliver, Doug, you have to, I'm going to speak with Doug later, I'm going to ask him. He was born in Dorking-sur-Ray. He dominated the British stage in the mid-20s, in the 20th century, but he also became one of the best actors in Hollywood films as well, winning an unheard number of 4 Academy Awards, wow, I didn't know, for acting, 5 Emmy Awards and 3 Golden Globes. He may be the best Shakespearean actor to ever been born. He was married to Vivian Leigh, which was Scarlett in Gone with the Wind, you know, one of my favorite movies, and also to actress John Plowright from 1961 until his death. And he was he was knighted and appointed to the Order of Merit and also the Order of Merit of the Italian Republic, among many other honors. I have to figure it out why they give an Order of Merit of the Italian della Repubblica. So basically it was Cavaliere della Repubblica, which normally they give it to people that has done something important for the Italian country. So I have to figure it out why Laurence Olivier, whatever his name, did it. And Doug also write that if we wanted to say all his career, we have to probably to write and read a book. So done about that. And in 1907, Hergé was born, the Belgian comic book creator of The Adventures of Tintin, and he was born in Etterbeek in Belgium. His comic series is considered one of the most popular European comics of the 20th century. His face and the one of Tintin was put in the 2007 euro in Italy, it's true, and in all Europe on the coin in commemoration of his 100th birthday. So we all love him. And his work can be seen in museums around the world. And Doug said that he went to see him in Quebec, Canada, but also on the Louvre and, of course, in Belgium. And as an original drawing of his cartoon of Tintin, apparently has sold last year for over $1 million. Wow. And it's also said that in 2011, Steven Spielberg, it's true, I've seen it actually, Steven Spielberg made a movie about Tintin that sold 400 millions in the box office, which proved that Tintin is timeless. And in 1924, today, one of my favorite singers was born, Charles Aznavour. I know many of you love it because you've been requesting songs from Charles Aznavour. He was born in Paris, in France. So French people, happy birthday to you, to your Charles Aznavour. So in his career of spanning 70 years, he has recorded more than 1,200 songs and in 9 different languages, and he co-wrote more than 1,000 songs himself. It's true, he would be considered like the Frank Sinatra of, but I always say he belongs to the world because we love him everywhere. Also in Holland he was very, very famous, and in Italy we adore him. And many of the songs, of course, Doug said his favorite is a duet with Frank Sinatra. They are singing together, You Make Me Feel So Young. I have to find that duet. But of course, I love Que c'est triste Venise, Come triste Venezia, of course. It talks about my own Venice, so I love that one. And today, in 1950, Bernie Taupin, British singer and lyricist that was turned 70 today. Yes, the guy that wrote all the beautiful songs with Elton John and has been with Elton John for 53 years. And last year, of course, they won together also a Grammy, an Academy Award for the song that they wrote together, Love Me Again, from the movie The Rocket Man about Elton John. If you have not seen that one, I know JJ had a funky opinion about it. It's kind of more of a musical than than a movie, but I really love it, and you can understand more the personality of Elton John and what he went through in his career. You know, we talked yesterday about being positive, and we talked also with Gordon. Sometimes being a superstar doesn't mean that they have a good life. They had some serious challenges. So today is the birthday of Bernie Taupin, and thank you for the music. And in 1978, the actress Jennifer Goodwin was born in Memphis, Tennessee. She turns 42. How cute! I love her, do always. She's best known for starring as Snow White in the television serial Once Upon a Time, and also for being the voice of Judy Hopps in the animated movie Zootopia. I know kids may have seen it. I have not seen it myself, so probably something I had to see again. And of course, I know her from Mona Lisa, the movie with Julia Roberts and Joaquin Phoenix. And what else? Oh, and she was also in the movie, another one. You know, I love country movies. She was in the movie that tells the story of Johnny Cash, and that was nominated for 5 Academy Awards. You have to see that one. That was the movie when Joaquin Phoenix. And today, you know, we always do the happy birthday of these famous people, but today is the happy birthday. This is the sign for happy birthday in sign language of a dear friend of mine from Liverpool. Today is also, and I know you all know him because he's there every day, Richard Hunger. Richard Hunger is having a happy birthday today. I know he's having an happy birthday because I communicated it this morning with him, and actually it made his happy birthday a happy day for me too, because this morning, you know, I woke up at 6 and around 8 they knocked on my door that there was a package that has arrived, and it was like a roll like this, and I said, I didn't order anything on Amazon, but I saw he was coming from the other side of the ocean. And actually Richard, I will try to show you the next day, he sent me something beautiful. He sent me a beautiful pictures of Liverpool that I think he took himself. Richard, did you took that beautiful? It's a big picture. It's a skyline of Liverpool made of night, and it's beautiful with his dedication. So thank you, Richard, for sending me that. And of course, then he sent me also a flash drive with thousands of pictures that I can use one of these days for my background, because one of these days we need to go to Liverpool. It's the city of the Beatles, and he sent me backing tracks and all kind of things. So happy birthday to you, dear Richard, and everybody can say happy birthday to Richard. We love you. I surely do, and you're an amazing friend and supporter. So today, in honor of Richard, Richard is also a singer. He likes to sing, you know, to get happy. So he loves this song, and I decided to sing it for Richard, and you can all join me in. The song is called Senza Fine, which means without ending, and it's one of my mother also favorite song, but today, and it's one of the most famous songs. It's the song, by the way, also that I had to sing this morning when I woke up early in the morning for the conference. So today, in honor of Richard Unger for his birthday, for being actually with us every day and stay out of trouble, this song, it's all for you. Senza fine, tu sei un attimo senza fine, non hai ieri, non hai domani, tutto ormai è nelle tue mani, mani grandi, mani senza fine. Senza fine, tu trascini la nostra vita, senza un attimo di respiro, per sognare, per poter ricordare ciò che abbiamo già vissuto. Non mi importa della luna, non mi importa delle stelle, tu per me sei il sole e il cielo, tu per me sei luna e stelle, tu per me sei tutto quanto io voglio avere, senza fine, tu sei un attimo senza fine, non hai ieri, non hai domani, tutto ormai è nelle tue mani, mani grandi, mani senza fine, senza fine, la ra 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 ra, senza fine, ra 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 ra, senza Happy birthday, Richard. Thank you so very much, all of you. I see a lot of you kind people wishing happy birthday to Richard. Look how many people are wishing you happy birthday. Happy birthday to you, dear Richard. Well, what else? So those were the events and things in history thanks to Doug Hartline, which probably is now at the doctor appointment. So best of luck to Doug. And today, you see on the back, you have the Dolomiti, which are the Dolomites, the mountains that we have on the northern part of Italy. Because I decided to take, so tomorrow I'm gonna make this recipe that JJ showed the pictures before, which is the pasta with speck and rucola, something that I made so many times in Venice, and I thought it was something that everybody knows, but apparently not many people knows about this recipe. Not many people know about the speck, because when I went to buy at the supermarket here in Las Vegas, they were like, speck, what's that? So I tried to explain what it was, and they said, we don't have it. There was only one lady who said, oh, I've heard of it, but I think we never carried that. So, and this was a Whole Food, by the way, that normally carries a lot of stuff that is imported. So I went to a daily here in Las Vegas. So you find it only on the daily that has the stores that are importing from Italy. Normally, if you have an Italy store, we have one here also at the MGM, right? MGM, JJ, is closed right now because of the COVID-19. So I went to another place there. It's called Siena Deli, and they have it. We have also another place here called Roma Deli. They may carry it also there. But anyway, I went there and I found it. And what is actually speck? Speck is a kind of a meat. And now I know. I knew it was coming from Trentino-Alto Adige, the region next to Venice. But I thought it was something that is commonly made everywhere, but now actually no, because it's something that is protected. So it can only be made in the region where it's from, and there is what it is. And that's, you see the mountain that I have in the back, and it's called speck. And apparently, now I know, it's a combination between, it's a smoked kind of meat, and it's a combination of ham, but it's also smoked, but you also need the fresh air of the mountain and some specific herbs that they put in that you can find only in Trentino-Alto Adige. Trentino-Alto Adige is this region. JJ has a map. It's basically on the north of Italy, on top of the Veneto region, between the Veneto and the region where Milan is, which is the Lombardy region. And you can see over there. By the way, it's pork meat. Some people was wondering what kind of meat, and you found here also in Italian grocery in Chicago. So in Chicago, do they have it there? Yes, they have it. So probably they find it also in Chicago. Everywhere where there are Italian Americans, so basically everywhere, you may be able to find speck. And for the recipe of tomorrow, by the way, if you cannot find the speck, you can use other kind of meat of your choice. You can use ham, the cooked one. You can use, of course, you can use bacon. If you can find smoked bacon, you can also make the recipe of tomorrow with that one. You can use also raw ham, the prosciutto crudo, that you find it everywhere. You have to ask for a big piece that you can cut in little square pieces yourself. But of course, if you can find a speck, I suggest to make this recipe with a speck, because he has a very specific taste of something that it's true. The speck is salty and he has the kind of smoky flavor, which is very typical of, I never had any kind of meat that has the similar thing, and it's pork. Somebody was asking if it's veal. No, it's made of a pork part. Is a typical of this region, which is Trentino-Alto Adige, it's called also South Tyrol. JJ showing the picture. He has to stay basically there, hanging there for more than a year. And that's something that when you go to this region, the South Tyrol regions, that's what they offered you, because they are famous actually for the speck, for the prosciutto, for salami, for a lot of kind of cheese, and they all have a specific taste that I've been told has to do by the fact that they are in the middle of the mountains. So the air is completely different. The altitude where the animals are growing and the grass that the animals are eating is different. There's a different taste, which is true. All the cheeses, the meat, and also the wine that is produced in Trentino-Alto Adige is completely different than, for instance, the one that you can have when you go to Veneto. It's more similar to the one that you get on Friuli, Venezia Giulia. We should go there one day with this episode, which is on the other side. So here's Veneto, here's Friuli, Venezia Giulia, and here on the top you have Trentino-Alto Adige. JJ, I'm sure, is looking for the map. There is a map where you can see, and it's made basically of two regions, the South Tyrol, and is more on the northern part of it. Now that's the map of the castle, dear JJ, because something that is beautiful when you're going to visit Trentino-Alto Adige actually is that you get to see a lot of castle. There are 300 castle, beautiful castle all over the region, and it's a small region. JJ showing the pictures. They are spectacular. Some of them you can just go in and see it as a touristic site. Some other they made hotels or restaurants inside, or bed and breakfast, or stuff like that. And they are magnificent. It's just a side. They're beautiful, and they are in a small region, because the region JJ can find the whole map of Italy is very small. It's a small region, and they have 30 castles, which is a lot, and they are almost all of them in a very good condition. Some of them are a little bit, not let go, but I mean, there is nothing happening really inside, so they are taking care, but not just like the one that JJ showed, for instance, that they are really in use either for touristic reason or as a activity. There's the region, the South Tyrol and the Trentino. You see the region, the red part is on the top there on the side of the Italy. That's where the region is. So Veneto is just lower, and then you have Friuli, Venezia Giulia should be on the other corner. But the red one is basically the region where we are, where the spec actually is coming from, and that's what you see on the back. JJ will show while I'm talking to you some beautiful pictures, because actually since they are so close to the border with Austria, they also speak in South Tyrol, they speak Italian and German, which it's a different German. I've been told that the one they speak in Germany, they have a little slight accent. They do speak also Italian, but when you are there, you still have all the good stuff of Italy, but it's also a little bit, I must say, like being in Germany. Everything is clean, so well taken care, and people are very, very polite, because they do love to have a tourist visit their region. And actually, from the Trentino, from the south, one of the border also is on one of the lake, the Garda Lake. So, and they have a beautiful promenade that you can take a walk, a stroll. JJ, I'm sure, is finding a picture, because the view is really magnificent. I'm always saying, not many people go to Trentino-Alto Adige to go and see the lakes, but actually with my family we did it several times, because it's very quiet. It's less touristic. That's one of the castle, one of the many one, and you can visit almost all of them. JJ, there is something with a lake, something you can see. It's beautiful, and the promenade is quite long, so you can walk for quite a long time, and you can buy an ice cream and stroll around. Look at that. That's the pictures I was looking around. It's spectacular. It's very quiet. They have less tourists than, for instance, if you go to other places more popular, so I always suggest to go there. And there is also a little place I've been, that if you watch the episode on Monday, and otherwise you have to go and watch the episode on Monday when I took you to my life in Holland, you understood that my real name is Christina. So Christina, and then when I came in the United States, Clive Davis asked me to change the name, because there was already Christina Aguilera, Christina Milian, too many Christina, so we went from Giada. But the name that my mom and dad gave me is Christina, and actually they have a beautiful place called Santa Cristina in Trentino-Alto Adige that JJ is showing you. This is in the summer, and look how pretty it is if you go there in the winter. It's in the Val Gardena, so on the top on the foot of this mountain. Look how pretty it is in the mountain in the winter. It's touristic, I mean, but only 2,000 inhabitants in that village, so there are not many, and they are very, very friendly. And in the summer you can bike there. They have a lot of circuiti per bicicletta. You said places where you can bike, you can hike. And of course, in the winter is a spectacular place for skiing. I don't know how many ski fans are there. So, then we were supposed to go to Italy in October with my group, with the trip that I do every year. And we're skipping this year, and we go in October next year. And that's what I'm talking. That's the center of Santa Cristina, where you can see the bike. They're always bikers. It's a lot of fun. Actually, if you go there, you you cooled off. Now it's COVID-19, so we're all, you know, quiet at home, and we would love to be in on the strip in Las Vegas or in New York City in the middle of the chaos. But normally, in normal lifetime, this is a place when you want to have a vacation and you have a busy life, you want to have some sightseeing and some good food, a quiet time. Then I'm always say there are two regions in Italy that are actually three. I think Trentino-Alto Adige is one of my favorite. Friuli Venezia Giulia is one of my favorite. I have to take you there with, I have a lot of personal pictures from there. And also Valle d'Aosta, which is another mountain regions. You know, the mountain regions somehow are very calming, very quiet. You know, I love the sea. I love anything with water, but those three, because Valle d'Aosta is also special to me because my grandfather Ruggero came from there. So I love also that kind of part. I have to take you in all these places. One episode at a time, I have to take you to all these places. And of course, when COVID-19 is over, we have to plan so many trips to go to Italy. I know many of you wanted to have more information about the trips that I do. Guys, I'm not doing it this year, so don't get too excited. This year is not happening, but it's happening next year. It's happening in October next year. So next year in October, if you want to have an idea, though, because maybe you said, yeah, I want to already get ready, you can go on my page, you know, the giadavalenti.com. There is on the top like something written. What is it written, JJ? Tour, travel, of course, travel. Something we can do now, travel. Already there is daydreaming, travel. You go there on travel, you push down and he opens the window, and then you can see what was supposed to be happening in October, and now it's happening next year. So I'm not taking you to Trentino-Alto Adige next year unless we organize something in between, because we were also thinking that if something open up and we can go back to work and have some money to spend, maybe we can do 2 trips to Italy a year. So we can go north, south, in between. There's so many beautiful places in my country, and you know, I know many of you ask me also, should we go to Naples and Sicily? Yes, we have to go to Napoli, Sicily. We have to go to the Cinque Terre. Have you guys ever heard of the five Earth and Cinque Terre? I think everybody know. I mean, it's beautiful. And so let me see. I see a lot of people. You want Marilyn Fuentes, and I want to go. I want to go too. Shall we go? Oh my gosh! I wish. By the way, are the airport open? Can we fly somewhere? Somebody have to let me know. I see also greeting from Salt Lake City. I love so. I think Dan, you're gonna be with me every day. You are late today, but you've been with me a lot of time. Yeah. So who else is there that has never been before, JJ? I see Ronnie is writing a book. I have never skied. Well, it's about time that you learn to ski, Ronnie. But my grandson is 7 and he's been skiing since he was 2, you see? So go with your grandson skiing. I actually, you know what is funny? You remember I went to, I know, maybe I never shared that part of the thing. When I was a student of psychology at the university, in the winter years, I was taking my books and I was going to Switzerland. In Switzerland to sing. It was a gig for 3 months. It was a well-paid gig. It was a good experience for me as a 18, 19 years old girl to sing a lot, 5 hours singing every night in very fancy 5-star hotel for the rich and famous. Was nice. So we were background music, you know. When you're 18, 19, it's just spectacular. I sang for some very one of the guests was Tom Cruise, I remember, so I was just starstruck. But anyway, in those winter when I was going there, some of those gigs was in the winter, were in the most amazing ski place like Gstaad in Switzerland, Adelboden in Lausanne, all places, Crans-Montana. They are top of the top place for skiing, and I don't ski. So all my friends in Italy, they are good skier, because I'm only actually 1 hour from the mountains where I'm from. I'm from Venice, Italy, born and raised in Venice, Italy, and we have the mountain Cortina d'Ampezzo, which is one of the most famous places, only 1 hour from me driving. I never went skiing because I told you I'm more a beach girl. I like bikini, sand, sun, water. That's my life. So when I was in Switzerland for 3 years, every winter for 3 months, all my Italian friends thought I was insane that I was not going skiing. So when I met JJ, remember I met him in Switzerland in Adelboden, which is the Swiss part of the German part of Switzerland. Adelboden is a very famous place for skiing. I went skiing with JJ once. He took me on the top of the mountain. I put all the equipment, the gears and things, and JJ said, "Try, you're gonna love it." And after one day, I said, I love you, but I don't love skiing. And I never went there again. What I do love, though, is the après-ski and the after ski, which is the before and after the skiing. You know what happened. Before the skiing, you go there, you drink a cup of tea on the sun. Inside there is some glass, and the après-ski is exactly the same. So you work, you ski, and then you take out your boots and you go to this fancy bar on the top of the mountain. They have a glass and you have a beautiful view on the mountain, and you drink a tea, hot chocolate. I like that. So I like the après and the after. What is that one? Oh yeah, people are wondering where I am. I mean, I wish I was there, which is Trentino-Alto Adige, but I am in Las Vegas.
For all the new people.
For all the new people, which I see some new people. Las Vegas, which is the entertainment capital of the world, which is true. We have so many entertainers here. Well, we have one of my favorite. We have Celine Dion. You guys notice she's not doing the show at the Strip anymore. She was here like for how many years? 18? 18 years, Jeju, she had the residency. But she decided to keep the house here in Las Vegas. She lives in Lake Las Vegas. I told you last week is one of my favorite neighborhoods. I know I'm gonna get into a lot of comments from my Vegas people because everybody loves Henderson, everybody loves Summerlin, everybody this is the thing. Vegas is so awesome that everybody who lives in a place thinks that place is the best, which is true. I live in Summerlin and I do love it here. But Lake Las Vegas is very special for me because it's like a little Italy. Maybe one day I have to take you there. By the way, if you are on Patreon or if you join me on Patreon, there is a video over there of a song, Just the Two of Us. And I shoot the video clip in Lake Las Vegas. And I remember posting the pictures and many of my Italian friends thought that I was in Firenze. No, it was not Florence, it was Lake Las Vegas. They have a replica of Il Ponte Vecchio, the whole bridge that you find in Florence. They have it here too. And they have like an Italian village with a church. You have to go and see. So Google Lake Las Vegas and you can see the amazing pictures. You know what, actually I don't want to have the mic stand. I just take the mic on my hand and I'm gonna be singing a song to you before we say goodbye. And the song I've chosen today is a song actually that you ask me almost every time to sing, but today was requested by Natalie. Actually, it wasn't requested. I was talking to Natalie this morning, who helped me. We helped me with the pictures and stuff that you see, and she wanted to have Gracias a la Vida. I said, no, I'm gonna sing this one for you. So Natalie and Veronique. Veronique's mom is doing better, so I'm happy. This is for, actually not only for Natalie and Veronique, for all of you. I see Maria Teresa, Salme, for all of you that are with me every day. This is from my heart to yours. Maybe if the music starts. We're waiting for JJ. At the last, my love has come along. My lonely days are over, and life is like a song. Oh, at last, the skies above are blue. My heart was wrapped up in clover. The night I looked at you, I find a dream that I can speak to, a dream that I can call my own. I found a thrill I can rest my cheek to, a thrill that I have never known. And when you smile, when you smile, the
a spell was cast, and here we are in heaven. For you are mine at last. At last. So guys, I want to thank each and every one of you. I see also some new people. Michaela Costa was saying, are you gonna sing? And I think that's about the moment that I start to sing, right? Who else is there that I forgot? Lisa Marie, Dan, and Diane Fiorentino, of course. Tomorrow, I'm gonna be cooking. So this is the sign for tomorrow. I'm gonna be cooking. This is the sign for today, and this is the sign for yesterday. So yesterday, I had amazing, beautiful guest. Today was, which is the sign for today, we flew to Italy, the beautiful boots, you remember? And actually, the whole week, we went to Netherlands. How funny that the Netherlands, this is the sign for the Netherlands. How funny. And you know what this is? It's the special hat that all the ladies in the past were wearing. You know, the lady that makes the cheese and with the wooden shoes they were having. And this is also the sign for Holland. And Diane actually said that another sign for Holland is this, which we don't know what it is. It sounds like, woo, something like that, which I don't know, but you know that I told you in the last week also a lot of signs. The sign for Italy is this one, and the sign for Venice is for the gondola is this one, which is funny because we Venetian, when we said, hey, tu andò sulla gondola, have you took the gondola? This is dialect for did you go for a gondola, right? And we also do like this. So Diane is almost like we Venetian have invented also the American sign language. That's funny. So what JJ? JJ is saying something, and I see there that, oh, we have somebody from, Randy, it's from Michigan. Oh wow, I love Michigan. You know, actually, I've never been to Michigan. Maybe it's something I should consider to go. Is it Michigan nice? Is Michigan nice? That's my question to all of you. So guys, I see a lot of people that have been with me every day. Roger, Randy, is new from Michigan. Janet, of course, Janet's my Italian signorina, is with me every day, and every time she also support the program with a donation, tip jar, whatever. I don't know how to call, because many people said, how do we tip jar? And I'm like, is there still that tip jar, JJ, somewhere?
Yep.
Oh, there is still a tip jar. And when I say tip jar, it's like Lisa Marie. Lisa has no job, and she's taking care of her mom, so she cannot do donations, which it's more than normal. So, but she said to me, I love so much what you do, and she knows how much work I have to put every day into it. So she said, I want to tip you. So I create the tip jar for her, and she gives me $1. Not every day, one day yes, one day no, 50 cents, wherever she can. So if you like what you see and you don't have much money in your pocket, but you say, hey, I love it, you can tip jar, you can put $1 just to symbolize that you loved what you see. So please feel free to do that, or to send your donation, whatever you want to do. And if you do nothing and just you leave your heart there, it's fine too. We are here to entertain you. Actually, that's what I normally do. And I'm seriously hope that this COVID-19 is going to be over soon, so we can gather all together in theaters, and I can hear your applause, and I can hug you for real. For real, you know how much I do love the meet and greet. Time to go. So tomorrow I'm gonna be in the kitchen cooking like I was a chef, because you know I am a singer, I am not a chef. But tomorrow I'm gonna be in my kitchen making for you the delicious pasta with speck and rucola. I'm gonna post on my social media as soon as I'm done with this video the ingredients. I'm sorry that I was not able to put them on earlier. It was a kind of a crazy busy week, but I'm gonna put the ingredients there, so you're still in time to go do some food shopping, or otherwise you watch tomorrow 2 p.m. same time, same place. Actually not same place, because we're gonna be in the kitchen, and you can learn tomorrow how to make it, and then on your own time
time you can make it again, because you can always go on giada.life and pick up the video again and find the instruction. Thank you to all of you for watching. Thank you to all of you that have been cooking my recipe. I know Roger Scallion is making something for his wife this weekend. So, and he said he promised me he will take pictures of himself. Thank you again, Rogers, for your donation. Thank you again to everybody. Thank you again, Richard Hunger, also for the stand that carry my microphone for Instagram. I love you all. I love you all, friends and family, and I'm gonna see you tomorrow for another Giada Live, same place, same time. A domani ragazzi, un abbraccio. Ciao mamma, ciao papà.
And until then, my heart just say, Dankeschön, dear old Dankeschön. Thank you for seeing me again. Though I'm here in my solitude, I know you are there, and in my heart I smile again. And so I sing here in my solitude, waiting to see you, same time, same place, and I can't wait to say again, Dankeschön, Dankeschön. Dankeschön, dear old Auf Wiedersehen. See you tomorrow. A domani.